Hello and welcome back to this series of videos on how to repair accordion, and we're pretty much nearly finished now. There's a couple of little jobs to do. First one is to do a very small repair to the bellows. Now if we look, I'll just zoom the camera in. If we look there is a split in the bellows, on the edge of the bellows. And what we do with that is we need this material. This is bellows repair material, and if we were doing the whole full length of the bellows, we'd cut strips like this and then we would glue them. But actually not, we only need a very small bit for this, and what we stick it with is we use Copydex. So the first thing I need to do is I need to cut a very small piece, so that'll do it. So the way that we use Copydex properly is, and if I just... So we apply Copydex to only one surface, so in this case we're going to apply it here. Oops, it's probably a little bit too much really, but we can deal with that. And then we leave that to dry for 15 minutes. So while the Copydex is drying, I will finish off the other few jobs. I said right at the beginning that we would need to repair these bits. All of these 4 holes which hold the front plate on have been split. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to put some wood glue over them and then fill them. So we'll do that now. So what we do is we just want to put a little bit of glue into where the split is. As much as possible, we'll fill it up. So I'm trying to get the wood glue right down into the split. So what we'll now do is we will clamp those pieces until they're dry, and then we'll fill them with some filler. One. Number 2. I'm running out of clamps, so I'm going to see if this other one will do the job for here. Yep, I think it probably will. And there we are, number 4. So what we'll do with those is we'll leave those overnight, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to fill it. The very last job to do is to repair this bit. So this is plastic that needs to be re-glued onto this aluminium sheet. when it comes to gluing this together, we're actually going to try Bostik all-purpose glue. Now, reading the instructions, it tells us that what we need to do is we need to coat both sides and leave for 10 minutes before putting both sides together. So we're going to put loads of it around there on both sides, and then we'll just leave that to dry, and then we'll push it together and we'll clamp it. Right, we're now back to doing the bellows repair, and although it's not completely dry, I can see that certainly the edges of the copy decks have dried. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick it on to where we need to. Let's position this so we can see. And actually all I'm doing is I'm just positioning it over where, pushing it down, and I'm bending it over. Like that. Just like that. Hold it for a few seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a clamp. Although I might not actually need it because it looks like it's pretty solid. I think it needs a bit more longer. So well, I am going to clamp it. And we'll see how we do. Okay, so it's time to take off the clamps from where we glued. So far, that's pretty good. I'll have a close up in a minute. And across to the other side. Unclamp. The last clamp. And that seems to have worked pretty well. We've got some glue down into the where these holes are. They just need filling now. And we're going to do that with multi-purpose polyfiller. And we'll just let that dry now. Right, we've now let the repair dry and everything looks good. And we've also set that part back down. So just while I was finishing off and rubbing these bits that have been filled down, I noticed right in this corner, let's get some light on here, right in that corner in there was that pile of fluff. I think what happens is that all the dust over the decades has all collected down this bottom end, and it had actually made these keys stick slightly. This key here has lost its little bit of end, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put some wood glue over the centre and then pop that back on and let it harden. This key here is sticking slightly, so I need to free that. That's probably dusting the mechanism as much as anything, but we're nearly there. That just concludes everything we need to do on the accordion, and we'll let that dry overnight and then finish off putting the whole thing together tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe, and it always appreciate the thumbs up. Thanks very much. Bye bye.